Marco Polo's journey is one of the most fascinating and transformative stories of human exploration, weaving a narrative that has enthralled audiences for centuries. It began nearly 700 years ago when a young Venetian merchant ventured into the unknown, determined to uncover the mysteries of lands far beyond Europe's borders. This journey was not just a voyage through uncharted territories but also a daring leap into the realm of the extraordinary. The Polo family of Venice was no stranger to the perils and rewards of long-distance trade. Niccolò and Maffeo Polo, Marco's father and uncle, had already embarked on a trading expedition to the east, reaching the court of the formidable Mongol emperor, Kublai Khan. Their stories of the emperor's grandeur and his insatiable curiosity about the world ignited a spark in the young Marco, who yearned to see these distant lands for himself. When the Polos prepared for a return journey to fulfill Kublai Khan's request for Christian priests and holy oil, Niccolò decided to take his 17-year-old son along. Marco's youthful enthusiasm and sharp intellect made him an ideal companion for the arduous expedition. Little did he know that this journey would span 24 years, forever changing his life and leaving an indelible mark on history. The journey began in Venice, taking the Polos across the Mediterranean to Acre and onward to Jerusalem, where they secured the holy oil requested by Kublai Khan. From there, they traveled through Baghdad, Mosul, and the vast Persian deserts to reach the Strait of Hormuz. Their initial plan was to sail to China, avoiding the perilous overland route, but the dilapidated condition of the available ships forced them to traverse the treacherous road in which the Alexander's armies walked in its advance to India 15 centuries ago and will be known later by the Silk Road. The Silk Road was a network of trade routes stretching over 6,000 kilometers, connecting Europe to Asia. It was both a lifeline for commerce and a gauntlet of dangers. The Polos faced countless challenges: bandits, harsh climates, and grueling terrains. Marco, however, viewed these hardships as opportunities to learn. He documented the landscapes, cultures, and people he encountered, capturing the essence of the journey in vivid detail. One of the most perilous segments of the journey was crossing the Taklamakan Desert, ominously known as the Land of Death. This vast expanse of sand and shifting dunes was notorious for its quicksand and extreme temperatures. Marco wrote of the eerie silence that enveloped the desert, broken only by the whispers of the wind. Despite the hardships, the Polos pressed on, driven by their mission and the promise of reaching the Mongol court. As they traversed the Gobi Desert, Marco's fascination with the East grew. He marveled at the ingenuity of the people he met, from their intricate irrigation systems to their vibrant markets filled with goods he had never seen before. After 3 grueling years, the Polos finally reached Xanadu, Kublai Khan's capital. Marco's arrival marked the beginning of an extraordinary relationship with the Mongol emperor. Kublai Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan, was a visionary leader who had united China and created a stable environment for trade and cultural exchange. He was immediately captivated by Marco's intelligence and curiosity. Recognizing the young Venetian's potential, Kublai Khan appointed Marco as an imperial envoy. Armed with a golden tablet known as a pesa, which granted him to use an extensive network of residences and royal horses owned by Kublai Khan, Marco embarked on extensive travels across the Mongol Empire. He visited Tibet, Burma, India, and beyond, documenting the customs, architecture, and industries of each region. His accounts provided a rare glimpse into the diverse cultures and innovations of the East. Marco's observations were as detailed as they were groundbreaking. He described the grandeur of Chinese cities like Hangzhou, which he called the finest and noblest city in the world. He marveled at the use of paper money, a concept unheard of in Europe at the time, and the advanced postal system that connected the vast empire. Marco's writings also delved into the daily lives of the people, from their agricultural practices to their religious rituals. Remarkably, the Mongol Empire of that era embraced a diversity of faiths, including Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and shamanism, a level of religious tolerance that was unheard of in Europe at the time. He documented everything he encountered, including the fabled castles of the assassins, or the Hashishin, becoming the first European to write about them. After 17 years in Kublai Khan's service, the Polos yearned to return home. Their departure was not easy, as the emperor was reluctant to let them leave. Eventually, he agreed on the condition that they escort a Mongol princess to Persia for her marriage. The journey back to Venice was fraught with danger. A 2-year sea voyage claimed the lives of most of their companions, leaving only a handful of survivors. When the Polos finally arrived in Venice, they found a city that barely recognized them. Their clothes were worn, their language rusty, and their tales met with disbelief. Yet, the treasures they brought back, gems, gold, and exotic goods, were undeniable proof of their incredible journey. Marco's adventures might have faded into obscurity if not for an unlikely twist of fate. In 1296, he was captured during a naval conflict between Venice and Genoa. While imprisoned, he met Rustichello de Pisa, a writer who encouraged him to recount his travels. Together, they produced The Travels of Marco Polo, a book that would ignite Europe's curiosity about the East. The book described a world of wonders, cities of unparalleled beauty, advanced technologies, and rich cultural traditions. It introduced Europeans to concepts like paper money, coal, and the magnetic compass, planting the seeds for future exploration and innovation. Though some doubted the veracity of Marco's stories, his accounts inspired generations of explorers, including Ibn Battuta and Christopher Columbus. Marco Polo's journey was more than a personal adventure. It was a bridge between two worlds. His experiences shattered the Eurocentric view of the world, revealing the richness and complexity of Asian civilizations. Through his eyes, Europe glimpsed the possibilities of a global exchange of ideas, goods, and cultures. Even today, Marco Polo's story serves as a testament to the power of curiosity and the enduring human spirit. It reminds us that the world is vast, full of wonders waiting to be discovered, and that the courage to venture into the unknown can change the course of history.